What I'm starting to see as a common problem on Model Y, Model 3s, even on older S's and X's, is the AC compressor or heat pumps beginning to fail. My car is starting to make a ton of noise. Let me turn it on here. And normally what I can hear is like a buzzing / grinding coming from right here. I can hear it ramping up. There it goes. And I'm no professional with Teslas in general. I've worked on a lot of older cars. So today I'm going to be taking the car to somebody who is in fact a professional, because every now and again, even as home mechanics, need to ask for help. We're here and the car is actually making quite a bit of noise right now. Judah, go ahead and throw the mic up here. You can hear it kind of going whirr. So let's go inside and see what kind of information we can get. Hey guys. Okay, so we've got Josh here with Serenity EV. Josh, hey, it's nice to meet you, man.
Hey, nice to meet you, man.
He's going to take a look at our car and see, are we screwed right now? We need a compressor, or do we have a few moments to wait? I got a mic for you. That way we can hear what you got to say.
All right.
So like the fan, that seems normal to me.
Yes.
It's the noise that I'm getting up here. You hear it starting.
Yep. So far, that sounds pretty normal.
It does get louder than this.
Okay.
Like especially on first startup, it's the same noise, just with more intensity.
Okay.
Sometimes I feel like I can feel it in my feet and or the steering wheel through the steering column.
Yeah.
But it, like the fan overpowers it, the blower inside tends to overpower it.
Okay.
Are there any checks that you would normally do, like in service mode or with a refrigeration tester, that would help us to identify this as a problem?
Yeah, we can put it in service mode and check the pressures and temps.
Okay. That'd be super helpful.
Let's do it.
All right, so it's kind of that whirring, buzzing noise. And, you know, I mean, coming from obnoxious cars with exhaust and intakes, I'm not used to hearing a bunch of things. I need some judgment to identify, is this normal?
Yeah. So right now, everything seems pretty normal to me.
Okay, that's great.
And then that's what we find with a lot of people that make the switch from ICE vehicles to EVs. When you got an ICE vehicle, obviously you have the engine running, you got a bunch of other stuff, and people don't hear the other components. And then with EVs, you have the AC compressor, which is a high voltage component. It's not belt driven, so they do tend to make more noise than ICE vehicles. And also, since there's no motor, you become in tune to more road noise, more other noises that the HV components make that you're not used to. So you know, it's just customer education pretty much.
Okay. So then would there be signs that the car would see, or would it warn me outside of like the radiator getting blocked that there's an issue? Or would it just, the compressor might fail? Or are there things that we could look at that would help to identify like pressures or things like that?
Sometimes, I mean, they do start to make excessive noise when they're going bad, and you will notice that because it's way louder and everything.
Does the noise become like a constant, or does it get louder and quieter with pressure changes?
It's mostly constant, I think.
Okay.
But it'll kick itself off too if it sees something it doesn't like.
Like maybe
so
it's drawing too much voltage because of it.
You'll have a compressor fault and it'll just turn itself off. And then you'll just notice like, oh, I have no more cold air.
Okay.
But what we can do is put it in service mode. With the heat pump system on the Ys, they actually have a lot of stuff you can look at, which is pretty cool. So there's your system at rest.
At rest, the suction and discharge should level out, right?
Correct. So it looks like it's going the right direction.
If there were like any check valves or anything plugged, we'd see that here because it wouldn't be able to equalize.
You should, yeah. Yeah, so the super manifold has solenoids in there that we've seen get plugged. Not necessarily all 6 of them. There's one in particular that has to do with letting the refrigerant into the evaporator for the cabin.
Okay.
And that one gets plugged most often that we've seen. But right now you look pretty good. So if we turn this guy on, and we like to put it at low, put the fan speed at max, put the recirc on.
So that's going to ramp the compressor up to its highest speed. So we should get our max pressures.
Yes. And there's two different compressors. I don't remember if it's year-based or what, but the Ys usually go up to 9,000. So we'll see if yours has that one. Otherwise, it's like 7,200, I think.
Okay. It seems like it's stabilizing out right
Yeah,
around
maybe.
there.
Yeah, maybe it's that one. So
It's a lot of pressure, 17 bar.
yeah. The other thing you can look at while this is getting to where it needs to get, you can look at the HVAC. So with recirc on, the windows up, we like to see these front vents. So obviously in the dash right here, if they get into the single digits, you're good to go.
Good
like
temperatures.
System's operating as it should.
Okay. So then, in what range would you start to feel concerned? Like if we're at 12 degrees right now,
That's not terrible.
could it be indicative of like the radiator not flowing enough air, or
Yeah.
it's super hot outside?
Yeah.
Because we're going to get a variable with 104 degrees and the dash getting
Correct.
hot.
Yep. I mean, and other times, like, it just takes a little bit more time. But if it's operating the way it should, get into single digits
Okay.
within like 10 minutes, I think.
Okay, so right now it looks like we're cooling the dash, which would then bring that temperature down as it recircs inside.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then what would be our issue with 16 and 11 on the back?
That I don't have a good answer for because we see that on every car.
Okay.
And we're not sure why that particular vent doesn't match the other side.
Interesting, because
Yeah.
it looks like they Y across anyhow.
Yep. We usually just base everything off these front vents because usually, you're driving by yourself. You might have one passenger. So then the other thing, to see if there's any, these are all hidden customer alerts. Unfortunately, Tesla, I mean, they don't want to scare you, right?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
they're not going to tell you about anything that the car sees is wrong unless it's like an urgent thing, like a safety thing or whatever. So
I like to get out of the car without putting it in park on accident.
oh,
That's a lot of
there's
mine.
a lot of the
Door
free
opens.
roll mode. There you go. Yeah. Typically, if it was like a blocked radiator, there's a fault for that. It just says radiator port heat rejection.
Okay.
And that's when you would see like, oh, well, and then you just take the front out, pull that top cover off of the fan shroud, and you can see like how much debris is in there.
Okay.
They're all going to get debris in them just because of the design of the system. Yeah, with no radiator codes or anything like that, or high discharge pressures. It seems like everything's going good. So if we go back, check this out. We're at 10 now, so that's pretty good.
We're touching on 9 at the back.
And I think it's probably because I have it split. So if I just went to the face, it'd probably get colder. Yeah, that's actually really good. So 0 degrees on the suction, 3
Okay.
bar. We want to see this usually at like 3 or 4. And this one from like 20 to 22, 23.
So if we were low on charge, we'd see our suction side down, and would we necessarily see our high side down as well? And that would indicate like a low charge or something of that nature?
The
or
load.
inefficiency of the compressor maybe?
Yeah. The typical thing that we see if this is in the 24, 25 range, that means one of those solenoids is stuck.
Okay,
So there's too high of a discharge pressure, or the radiator's blocked.
got it.
So-
Because then it can't evacuate that heat.
Right. Yeah. So it looks like you have the 7,100 RPM compressor. Yours seems like it's having no problem holding it there.
Yeah, it tends to hold temperature. It's just I'm overly worrisome about noises,
Yeah.
And it
That's
makes perfect
understandable.
sense that as a new EV owner that would be something I would start to notice, and
Right.
I wouldn't have felt that before. Or I hear tire noise or wind noise or things that were
Yeah.
always there, just
Yeah.
they weren't so apparent.
Wind noise is a big thing. Like when I first started at Tesla, that was a huge concern for people because it was so quiet. They
Yeah.
heard everything.
Well,
And the joke was just turn the radio up,
That's what you just said on the way here.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah.
it looks like from the numerical standpoint, the compressor is okay for now.
Correct.
From the sound outside, that's something that you've heard that
Yep.
sounds pretty normal. Okay,
Yeah.
that's great news. This is exactly why you need somebody that you could reach out to that you feel like you can trust. Sure, the Tesla Service Center is great, but can you go in and have a conversation with the tech, and will they see you in a short period of time? I reached out to these guys, what day is today, Friday? Wednesday, and here I am Friday, and they're able to take a quick look at it. Now, oftentimes you're gonna have to set a service appointment depending on their availability. In my case, they took a quick look at it and they're able to share a ton of information, which Josh, I'm so thankful for. And if anybody out there is looking for EV service, what do you guys service out here?
Everything.
You service everything. So if it's an EV and you need help with it, reach out to Serenity EV. They're here in Surprise, Arizona. This is part of the Phoenix Metro on the west side. It's worth getting out here to get your car looked at by somebody who cares, and will actually take the time to walk you through what's going on instead of just trying to sell you. In the real world, you want somebody you can trust. So for me, when things get above my level of expertise, which actually isn't as high as I'd like it to be, now I have somebody local to me that I can reach out to, and I really appreciate it. So Josh, man,
Cool.
so happy that I was able to come by today.
Heck yeah.
And I hope you guys are going to be happy after you come by to see them. Drop down in the comments if you've used Serenity EV, or perhaps you know somebody that has. If not, like, subscribe, and comment. We'll see you in the next one.